Bueno, muy buenas tardes para todos. Bienvenidos a Fortalece tu nivel de inglés en el Club de Conversación Aciem, organizada por la Asociación Colombiana de Ingenieros Aciem, de parte, con el apoyo de de Valentina, quien nos acompaña el día de hoy y nos guiará en esta charla. Recuerden que en el chat pueden ir colocando sus dudas o comentarios para al final exponerlos con Valentina. La idea es obviamente que también durante el conversatorio, pues la idea es que como ustedes puedan participar, van a tener el audio en su disposición para que puedan como tal interactuar con Valentina. Bueno, antes de iniciar la charla los quiero invitar a descargar la app de Aciem, donde en ella van a poder ver los servicios y los eventos de Aciem y toda la información sobre la asociación. Bueno, en este momento quiero invitarlos a compartir el link de este conversatorio que dejo en el chat con sus amigos y conocidos que deseen participar. Y bueno, sin nada más que decir, adelante, Valentina.
Okay. So guys, can you see me? Can you see my screen too? ¿Y me ven? Sí. ¿Pueden ver mi pantalla también?
Sí, sí, la estamos viendo perfectamente y estamos viendo también la cámara.
Okay, thank you so much. So guys, welcome everyone to this conversational club. My name is Laura and I will be your host for the next hour. Remember that the goal of this club is for all of you to engage in a conversation and participate actively. Feel free to share your thoughts and ideas. There are no right or wrong answers here. Entonces, chicos, bienvenidos a este club conversacional. Mi nombre es Laura y los voy a estar acompañando en la próxima hora. Recuerden que el objetivo de este club es para que conversemos, para que participen activamente. No pasa nada si cometemos errores. La idea es simplemente dar nuestra opinión. No hay buenas o correctas o malas respuestas aquí. Simplemente es dar nuestra opinión de el tema que vamos a ver hoy. That is problem solving, a powerful tool for success. So, guys, before we begin, I would like to discuss some situations and listen to your opinions about them. So, as I told you before, please feel free to share your thoughts. So, the first situation is the social media influence. So, can someone help me out to read this paragraph? ¿Alguien me podría ayudar a leer este párrafo?
El ingeniero Felipe, el ingeniero Guillermo, tienen el audio habilitado, entonces, para que puedan participar.
Thank you. Okay, situation.
You hear me?
Teenagers spend most of their time on social media, leading to poor
Yes, can you hear me? I'm going to read. Yeah?
Sorry. Okay.
I think there's two people talking at the same time. So the first person that was reading.
I can hear you well. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can listen to you. I don't know. There was another person talking.
Me.
Yeah, you can continue. You can continue speaking. Yeah.
Okay. Situation. A teenager spends most of their time on social media, leading to poor academic performance and a lack of real-life social interactions.
That's so nice. So guys, let's answer the following questions. Can you please tell me how can social media impact someone's life positively and negatively? What are the impacts of social media? What do you think?
Yeah, I think people could feel bad if they see successful people. I don't know, because sometimes you think that all the real life is in social media, right? People think that just life is just what they show in the social media, but no. Probably, well, what we do is to share the best things. Yeah, but life is not
Right.
just that. Life is more than that. Life is always like a roller coaster. So there are bad moments and good moments. So people shouldn't feel bad because of that. Yeah.
Nice. I totally agree. Guys, what would you do if you were the teenager's parent or friend and you see that this kid is just spending more time in social media and doesn't know anything else? What would you do if you were the parent of this kid?
Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
This is important for the teenagers to parental control, no? If you have a teenager, because uh, there are they are vulnerable to the bad people, or or many bad situations, and it's important to the parents active the parental control.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the parent has a role to control what their kids are looking in social media, even to know the users and passwords of every social media, because it's important, as you mentioned before. We don't know what kind of people these kids can find in these type of platforms, and it's important to control them. And if I were the friend of this kid, I just simply will encourage him just to do different activities, such as let's go to the park or let's go and do something else instead of just looking at social media or something like that. All right, very good, guys.
Yeah.
And let's see the last question. What are some ways to balance social media use and other important activities?
Hi, I'm Laura too. Nice to meet you. I think there are so many other activities that teenagers can do, and we could have showed them, for example, let's go to a hike, let's go to the river, let's go to the theater, let's go to watch a movie or something, but not to like lock the opportunity to use social media. Like you gotta show them that they can use it, but use it in a right way. Also, they can find really good information on social media. So, as a parent, for example, in the question before, you could have showed them what kind of groups you could have find in social media, for example, as engineering things or as like group of painting or whatever is your um, like thing that you like, but also show them natural activities and that you gotta relate with people in person.
Okay, yeah, nice. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing your thoughts.
I
And thank you. Tell me.
Yeah, I would like to add some
Uh-huh.
ideas for the for my previous partner. responses. And I think that question will depend. Sorry, the answer will depend on the age of the children that we are talking about. For example, nowadays we are seeing that teenagers, that in early age, like for example, 10, 11 years, those children should have an smartphone or something related that connect itself to the technology. So for that idea, balancing their social life between the technology one and the real one, that might depends totally with the family, especially for the parents. That's because if the children sees that its parents spends most of the day seeing Netflix, seeing movies, and something related to that, the children might grow in a way that they will spend more time in those activities, talking about technology one, instead of going outside of doing something different from the technology one. Talking about the teenagers, I think that depends. That's really hard, but we need to think that idea that teenagers might go to the action if they are interested in something related. So we need to think that the ways that teenagers can balance their life might depends on why are they moving go.
Right. Well, you have actually a good point. As a parent, well, I'm not a parent, but we have the responsibility to be an example for the children. And as you mentioned before, if a parent is just watching series the whole day, that's the example that is given to this kid, and is what they are expecting for them to do. So, well, I think it's it's a matter of okay, if I'm telling you not to use social media, I need to do it too. But nice, nice. Okay, guys, let's see the next situation. So workplace
Sorry,
conflict.
Laura, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can listen to you.
Thanks. There is one thing that, well, currently I'm the father of two little kids, and what I have realized is that the only way that I can take them out or give them another activity different than social media is to create new activities, to take them to the football classes, taekwondo classes, swimming classes, cooking classes, drawing
Wow.
classes,
Yeah.
things like that, because that's the only way that they are going to realize that it's better to interact with different people than keep all the time in the same tablet looking for the same pages with people that I don't know if they are kids or they are grown up people. So I think that's harder because we must take time from our daily activities to take them away from the social media activities that they waste their time day by day. But that's the only way. If we don't do that effort, we may lose them.
All right. Well, yes, it's to try to focus their attention in other things, as you mentioned. So, cooking classes, taekwondo classes, whatever thing, like showing them that there's more life than beyond social media. So, guys, let's read out this next situation. So, can someone help me out to read this paragraph?
Yes. Hi, good morning. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Situation: two colleagues have disagreed over a project causing tension in the workplace.
All right, thank you so much. So the questions are the following. How should conflict be handled in a professional environment? How would you manage your problems in at work, guy?
Okay, I can answer the first question. I have a question for you. Handlet is what is the means handlet?
Manejar?
Okay. Okay, okay. Okay, for me, the better option to resolve a conflict between two peoples, two guys, it is to find what is the different point. Is the first person expose or explain the what is your point and or his point or her point, and the other people and the other guys explain your point and what is the common point and what is the point that the two opinion difference are different. And in this part, what it, what is the middle the middle point to that two ideas it necessary to convert in only idea to resolve the conflict.
All right, that's nice. Thank you so much. Hey guys, what steps can be taken to resolve the disagreement peacefully? What do you think?
First is get to calm, to count from 1 to 10, and and get a peaceful moment, and then they maybe no no argue, uh, and they may discuss with arguments with your viewpoint, no, and in in a calm conversation, they can resolve the problem.
All right, that's a nice advice. I think that's the first step
I would
to
like
Laura, you hear me?
calm.
to say,
Yeah.
oh, sorry.
No problem.
Um,
Okay, I think it's simple because you need to first step you need to calm down, because you need the freeze and the temperament in this moment. The second step, you can use it, for example, take a coffee in other place. You resolve the disagreement, the moment or the project. I think is simple. I need tolerance in this moment, and you need more intelligent the other person, but you management this situation.
Totally agree. I think Laura wanted to add something. I'm not
yes,
sure.
thank you.
It was Laura.
Um,
Yeah.
I would like to say that,
Ya le
well,
agradezco su voto de
as my,
confianza para que
as
todo no
my
suene como
other
una piedra en la cara.
colleagues
All right.
said,
Su correo, ya.
you should have, first of all, calm down, breathe deeply, and you could have wait for a little bit until everyone is calm, like take 30 minutes or something like that. When you're calm and you can express your ideas, you can talk, like slowly, or you can solve the problem a little bit easier than if you are like yelling or screaming at each other. Yeah, something like, because in the picture it looks like they're like yelling.
Yeah.
So
They're really mad.
I would say that they could have wait for a while, and after that maybe go to another place and talk, not in the same place, like in the same office. Maybe you could have go to the coffee, as the others classmate said, you know yes,
And to
that's my
talk.
opinion.
No, I totally agree with you guys. I think that sometimes being calm, it's the most difficult thing too. Uh, Also, it depends on the problem, but it's sometimes hard just to stay quiet and try to count until 10, as someone said before. Sometimes that's the hardest thing. But yes, it's the first step in order to find a resolution to a conflict. Guys, let's read out this third situation. Can someone help me out to read this paragraph?
Yeah, I can't. Situation. An international student focus difficult on adapting to the new culture and experience with their standing with local students.
All
Who is
right. Thank you. Do you have a question? Oh, the vocabulary, maybe? No, is it okay?
thanks.
No, it's okay.
Okay. No, guys, so the questions are the following. What challenges do people face when moving to a new country?
Okay,
Principal,
I can say that. No?
okay, sorry. The principal challenge for people, no, when moving to a new country, principally main is to the language, no. If it's a different language, is the great challenge to adapting, no, to the new culture. I think that is the main problem.
All right. Well, yeah, if you don't know the language, that would be a huge problem.
Okay,
All right.
yeah, I can say anything else. Okay, the main issue for that is not only the language, because when a student go abroad, he or she knows that he will face a new language. The thing is about the new culture. It's about how it's gonna interact with new people, and if more difficult if you go to a different country where you are gonna find different people from different part of the world. Yeah. So in this case, I recommend, because I I did is understand how the culture is in the terms of the country where you are, because that is the main rule. It's not about the rule from your country or from the other people you are gonna meet. It's the rule of the country you are. So mainly, I can say about the European countries, European culture. They are so different from us in terms of proximity. Yeah, so Latin American people are very close to speak, to touch every single moment, to say goodbye. You have to say many things and many kisses. They they don't- they give my kisses only to say hello and not to say bye. Um, and this kind of things for us, I mean, Latin American people, is very shocking. But it's not one of the things you have to deal with. And about the Asian people, maybe for the Middle East, is even worse, because their religion, yeah. So they have other kind of topics about these things, and for women, it's really difficult to start a conversation, because they have some uh, barriers to generate these kind of things. So you have to understand what happened in your country, in the country you will be, and they have to follow these rules. That's the thing.
I got
I
it.
would like to
Okay.
add some ideas, and in addition to those ones that my partner said. And those are, the first one is the feeling of being alone, instead of taking away the idea that you are moving abroad from a country, that or for a country or a place that you probably have someone in that country. The most common situation is that you are moving abroad in a new country that maybe anyone know about you, And that feeling of being alone for a long time, I think that that is the most challenge situation or feeling that a person that move abroad can face. The second one is the ability to locate or be geographical located. That is because when you are moving abroad, you must don't know about a lot about the country that you are moving, and that's really important because, well, being here in the place that you are located and seeing this webinar, you might know where is the store, where is the supermarket, where you can go outside and ride with some friends, go for a walk, or something that make you go outside or be happy. Those are the situations that maybe in another country you might don't have, because you don't know that you don't know anyone, and you don't know another place to be outside instead of its own house.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Can someone would like to add anything else?
Yeah, I think the hardest part is when you are, I don't know, when you lost something from your native country, so you miss that when you are in another country. So, for example, people love tamales, yeah, and they won't find it in Russia or UK, yeah. So, so yeah, that could be a challenge.
That's
No,
true.
but the
I
best
Okay.
love tamales
tamales
too.
no, but the best tamales is in Colombia. You have to eat or taste new things in the new country. That is the idea to you go to the different country, because the best bandeja paisa is in Colombia. The best ajiaco is in Colombia. So you are not gonna find nothing better like that. But maybe if you are, I don't know, in Spain, you're gonna taste tapas. Yeah. If you are in Germany, you have to taste uh, a pig, or a good piece of beef of pig. I know in United Kingdom, a
currywurst and
deer.
beer.
Uh, yeah, beers in Germany. In United Kingdom, a deer. The deer is really delicious. Yeah, so you have to taste other things, because if you go abroad to taste the same thing that you taste in Colombia, so what is the point?
All
Yeah,
right. Okay. To open your mind to experience
yeah.
Yes, it's
other things
necessary.
is necessary. All right, guys. Let's see the last situation. So it's called academic integrity. So can someone help me out to read this little paragraph?
Yes. Hi. Good
Hi.
afternoon. My name is Mayra.
Hi, Maida.
A student is caught shooting an important exam.
All right. So these are the questions, guys. Why do some students cheat? What
Because
do
they
you
want
think?
the easiest way, they want the fastest way, but they don't know that they are doing something wrong for them. Yeah, because the idea is not to cheat, the idea is to learn. Yeah.
Well, I thought this because they are not self-confident about the right or the wrong answer.
Okay, yeah, you're right. And what should be the consequences of cheating?
They won't learn.
What do you think? Well, that's a consequence. Yeah. Can you think
About
in another
qualification
consequence?
for the exam.
Uh, bad,
The
bad,
grade,
Yeah,
bad mark.
good mark.
Oh, I've
Bad
seen
mark.
it.
bad grade. Well,
Okay.
I I think that sometimes education should have, instead of punishment, do something better than just um, you failed your exam, for example. As a teacher, I would like to, like, if you find a student that is cheating, you should have helped him to understand what is going on. Like, if you're not understanding and if you don't know the answer, why is that? What's the problem? And as a teacher, help instead of just make a punishment.
All right, that's a good point
But
of view. And
But
one thing I want to say something. If you are cheating, it's because you don't know.
yeah,
Can you hear me, Laura?
yeah, I can listen to you.
Okay, sorry. The thing is that when you are cheating, it's because you didn't study. Maybe you didn't have time to study, or maybe you didn't understand what the teacher tried to explain or to teach you. And I agree with the girl who talked some minutes ago. And not always is because you didn't do the work. Sometimes it's because you didn't understand, or maybe the explanation was not so clear as the teacher was expecting to. And then I think that the most important thing as a teacher is to show the people the consequences. The most of the institutions used to fire people when they are pardon, sorry, cheating on the exams or on the tests.
but
Yeah.
but Laura, I would like to say something.
Hmm.
But the thing is, yeah, the student could, the student had has a responsibility because he didn't organize his or her time to student to prepare the exam. So he's responsible for that. So the teacher didn't explain very well for him or her. Yeah, it could be possible, but the responsibility for the student is to say, "Hey, teacher, I didn't understand. Could you explain me more?" Yeah, but to go to the exam without any preparation, even if it was the last day, the last night, I don't know, or during the lesson when he or she has to say, hey, teacher, I don't understand anything. Try to explain
Hmm.
in another way. But in the exam,
Yeah.
it's too late to say that. So that thing has consequences. The consequence is a bad grade.
Well,
That's it.
yeah. Guys, in that way, how can schools promote academic integrity?
What
I
example?
think okay.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, no. I think that the student is a reflection of the society. For example, if when I go to the supermarket and I had a trick to buy or I get some element that it's not me, it's in charity. It's okay. Mm, Our childs see all time, and if I not integrity in my life, my son is not integrity. It's important to in house for the son. It's important to learn to show what is the correct behavior.
Right behavior.
Okay,
Okay.
that's okay. All right. Uh, all right, guys. Would you like to add anything else?
I like to say that people, I don't know, need to get used to the rules in the school. The rules are important, right? So if schools let students cheat, they won't learn, right? So even when teachers ask if they understood and they say probably yes, they need to make sure with the test, yes. And teachers are not guilty because students didn't learn, because if they didn't speak, if they didn't ask, yeah, they, they cannot do anything else. So well, I think the most important are the rules, yeah, and the students need
Mm,
to feel free to ask, yeah. So that's
okay, that's a nice point of view. I consider that there the first thing that we need to take into account as well, evaluating or assessing students is to find other ways to assess, guys. Because the way that you can see here in a paper with multiple choice questions, that's so old. And nowadays there are new ways, new tendencies to assess students. And also having a grade is also that is bad. Like a number doesn't define if you learn or not. Um, so there's a lot of factors that we as teachers we need to take into account at the time when we are having an evaluation with students. But all your insights are so right, guys. It's both sides, you know. Not it's not just a student's fault. It's not just teacher's fault. It's a matter to organize a system in which students can feel free to ask questions and also teachers can be able to have enough resources to teach and also to create an environment in which everyone can feel free to speak. But very good, guys. Thank you so much. So, guys, let's move to this part. I would like to ask you, what's the problem? What a problem is, guys. What do you think? Can you provide a definition about it?
a problem is something that you don't have a way yet to solve something.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay. Uh, would you like to add something else, guys?
I would like to say that a problem is a situation that comes to your life and you might not have the answer yet, but sometimes you can solve it, sometimes you cannot. But always you gotta calm down and keep thinking and like stay in a calm position, even if you can solve it or not. But it's just a situation. It goes by the time.
All right, very good. Here I have a definition of a problem. So can someone help me out to read this paragraph?
Yeah, a problem is a situation, question, or matter that present uncertainty, difficulty, or challenge, requiring a solution or resolution. Problems can arise in various contexts, such as a personal life, work, academics, or social interactions, and they often require critical thinking, decision-making, and problem-solving skills to address effectively.
Yeah. So basically, a problem is any circumstance or obstacle that prevents the achievement or of a desired goal or outcome. For sure, you need to identify the problem, analyze the problem, and to try to find a solution to overcome it. So we, as we are different people, we have different ways to solve problems, and there are three main approaches that we can bring out today. So we have the assertive person, the meditative, and the cooperative. So can someone help me out to read all the three paragraphs that are there?
Assertive people prefer action to talk when they're faced with a problem. They immediately try to work out a solution.
Okay, nice. Meditative.
When meditative people have a problem, they sit and think about it, and might even do research. Sometimes the answers come to them if they don't act, and sometimes right away.
Right? And finally, cooperative.
Cooperative, cooperative people think the easiest way to solve a problem is to ask for help. Another person's perspective can help cooperative come up with solutions.
All right. So guys, taking into account these definitions, what type of problem solver are you? How do you solve your problems?
In my case, I think I'm kind of two of them. I think sometimes I'm the meditative one, like I gotta calm down and do my research and maybe try to find the answers before to do the solution and like go crazy and do whatever it is.
Drive
And
crazy.
sometimes the cooperative one, because I like to ask sometimes to another person about them experience. Maybe they could have an answer. But I think I always try to question that answer, like I listen to other people, but I kind of question that answer. And then meditative again, and then solve the problem, kind of like that. That's my
Okay,
point
that's
of view.
nice. Thank you.
Laura,
How about you?
I think that we all have this kind of positions. Everything depends on the kind of problems that we are faced to solve, I guess.
All right. Well, that's correct. I think
Yes.
you're right.
In my personal life, I prefer meditation
Okay.
to find out the solution. But in my work, it's necessary to assertive and cooperate
Why?
because it's necessary to solve the problem immediately. For example, in the common situation, it's impossible to meditation to find a solution. It's necessary to take action.
Right. I got it.
Yeah, and
All right.
in
Yes.
engineering profession, the assertive is important to resolve problems immediately. It's for example in maintain people engineers are stressed with with daily problems, and they need to be assertive people to solve fast the problems and continue with the production or with good functioning of machines. No, uh, engineer is a main characteristic to be assertive people.
All right. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. As you mentioned, it depends on the situation. So sometimes we can be assertive, sometimes we can be meditative or cooperative, but it depends more of the problem that we are facing at the moment and how can we find some resources to solve it. So, despite all we have different ways to solve problems, I'm going to give you some guidelines to identify them. So first of all, it's important to clarify the issue. So clarifying the issue involves understanding the problem, if it is it is necessary to understand the key elements and what are the steps that are crucial to take for effective problem solving. Then we have identifying the scope. So identifying the scope involves determining the extent and impact of the problem. How big or small is the problem? And if this affects a single person or a whole group. Then we have define objectives. So defining objectives means setting clear specific goals that you aim to achieve through the problem solving process. And finally, we have set boundaries. So what are the limitations that you need to consider? All right. Then we have brainstorming solutions. So the first strategy that we have to brainstorming solution is creative thinking. How do you think creative thinking can help you to find a solution to a problem, guys? What do you think?
I think creative thinking is important because not all the solutions are in a book. So you need to be creative. You need to see about your experience, right? You need to you need to create a solution. That's it.
Yeah. No, that's so nice. Very good.
What about?
Yeah. So creative thinking involves generating new ideas to address problems, to think out of the box. So for sure, we need to be creative to find a solution to a problem. Then we have collaborative approach. So why do you think the collaborative approach can help you to find a solution to a problem?
I think that it's important to sometimes when you are facing a problem, you are just taking into account your point of view, but when you have different point of views, it's common that the solution becomes okay. It will become a bigger problem, or we can get an easier solution from a different point of view. I think that's why in some cases a collaborative approach is helpful.
Mhm. Yeah, that's correct. So collaborative approach emphasizes in teamwork and to collect input from others. So yes, it helps us to find the solution of a problem. And finally, we have solution generation. So how do you generate solutions, guys? What do you do?
Usually, the better solution is a simple solution. It's the same when, for example, in my experience, when I try to speak in English,
Yeah.
I I I share complicated words or complicated idea. It's necessary to 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 use a simple sentence to generation inspiration or to speak. It's usually it's the better solution. It's the simple. It's
Simple one.
yes, I remember a phrase. It's simple or making simple.
Make it simple. Yes, very good. Um, so yeah, solution generation is the process of developing actionable ideas from the brainstorming session. And I like what our partner said before, just to simplify everything. And that's it. All right, guys. And then we have for sure implementing the solution. So the first thing that we need to have is an action plan. Do you know what an action plan is?
Um,
It's the actions that we have or that we must carry out in order to solve a problem.
the steps that you need to follow to solve a problem. Then we have resource allocation. Do you know what resource allocation is?
What do you need to resolve, or what do you need the tool, for example, to resolve the problem?
Yeah,
Yes, the tools
it's to
it is this, I'm so sorry. I think that this is the people, the money, the tools, the
exactly.
resources.
So the necessary resources, yes, to implement in the solution effectively. Then we have timeline and milestones. Do you know what timeline and milestones mean?
The dates you have, like a deadline, are when you meet something, and when you meet that, you will see, okay, that is done. If you do these kind of things and you will fill out these features, the thing is done.
Very good. Is to establish a timeline that help you to track a progress and ensures that the problem can be resolved in an effective schedule inside an effective schedule and during the appropriate or according timeline. And finally, guys, we have communication and collaboration. What's that?
I think that these are part of the tools that we need to carry out in a successful way our action plan. We need communications of every one of the people involved or related to the action plan knows what they have to do and how they are going to do it and what they are going to do about the resources and how we are going to interact on each other.
All right. Yeah. So basically, effective communication and collaboration are crucial to ensure that everyone involved is informed, engaged, and working towards to a common goal.
But here,
Mhm.
but here the important thing, Laura, is in communication, you have to be transparent. I mean, if your solution is delayed, you have to say to all the stakeholders, and solution is delayed. You don't have to deal with, I know, with two schedules or with two budgets or something like that. No, your budget, you take more money than you expected or something like that, but you have to be very transparent with that.
All right. Yes, you are totally right. So guys, before we go, we are going to do a short activity. So what I wanted to do is to choose a problem that has recently occurred to you at work and answer the following questions in detail. So how did you identify the problem? How did you do to define the problem? How did you brainstorm solutions? How did you implement the solutions? Did you follow up the problem? And what did you learn from this problem? So the one who wants to participate, the mic is open, so you can share your idea.
Well, Laura, currently I'm in Cali. I work for a company who sells food, and most of the customers are telling me that we didn't have enough tools to sell them, and they are losing their compromises with the end users. So the problem, as I saw, is that there are many people who didn't trust in the government and in the country how it was going to be developed in this year. So I think that is a good topic to talk about.
All right. Okay, that's a tough problem, but how did you brainstorm solutions? Have you tried to find the solutions to this problem?
Well, currently in the company we have uh, really good tools, but a little bit expensive, and not so good, not so excellent tools, but cheaper ones. So what I came here was to show them which could what could be the key plan for them and for the customers, and it seems to be working. But I don't know if you have some more ideas.
Well, it's difficult. It's difficult. But thank you so much. Uh, Someone else would like to add, to share?
And me.
Sorry, I have to go to another meeting. Thanks a lot for this
Sure.
activity, and thanks a lot for all of you. Bye bye.
Thanks to
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
But I I I have to do a presentation at work, and my manager is checking it out. And well, the problem is I need to I need to present my manager. I need to show it to my manager first before to show it to the others. So so the problem is my manager. No, I'm kidding. Uh, I just need to work a lot to convince my manager so I can show my presentation to the others, and I need to be assertive. Yeah.
Okay, I got it. What could be the possible solutions for this problem?
Work a lot, following following all the advices from my manager. So, my manager always has new things that I need to improve. So, yeah, that's how can I do it. I need to follow all the advices but I need to do it faster because yeah, I need to achieve that.
All right. Well, okay. Hope everything goes good with your presentation. But nice. Thank you so much. Someone else would like to share?
For for a specific question or general or every question?
You can answer some of them. It depends on the problem. If they apply, you can answer them. If not, you just answer the ones that just apply to the problem.
Okay, I talk about the last question. What did you learn from this problem? In general,
Uh-huh.
my idea is to see the problem with the opportunity to learn and not the problem.
Mhm.
And the idea is always to find the best solution, and what point or what every problem for me is an opportunity to learn in general.
All right. No, nice. Very good. That's the idea, guys. Just more than focusing in the problem, because obviously we all have problems every day, but focusing more in the solution. How can we solve this problem? How can we learn from our previous problems so we just can overcome the situations quicker and faster and in a certain way too? All right, guys. So I think we just finished. So thank you so much for your participation. I really, really appreciate it. Hope that you have learned something new today. Hope that you have enjoyed this space. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Just take care, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very
You're
much,
welcome.
Laura. Have
Thank
a
you so
nice day.
much, Laura.
Okay, thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
Laura.
Bye.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bueno, muchas gracias, Valentina, pues por este taller de inglés. Muchísimas gracias a todos los asistentes por participar. Bueno, por último, pues queremos aprovechar para cordialmente invitarlos a la siguiente conferencia del 19 de junio, cómo optimizar el manejo adecuado de sus finanzas personales, que se va a llevar a cabo a las 10 de la mañana. Y bueno, muchísimas gracias nuevamente a la docente Valentina. Esperamos volver a contar próximamente con su compañía y de esta manera damos por finalizada la sesión. Para todos un feliz resto de día.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Bye.